Well, hello once again all my vintage off-road YouTubers, and thanks once more for returning to my classic dirt bike TV channel. Now in my next video we're going to continue taking a look at the racing highlights from the Scottish Classic Motorcycle Racing Club's Round 1 event that was held at Finavon in Forfar in the spring of 2017. And so without any further delay, let's jump straight into the racing once more with another moto for the vintage pre-1968 class. Now we've already seen some fantastic racing from these old vintage race bikes in previous races, so here's hoping for more of the same. So as they leave the line, it looks like a good start by number 98 Liston Bell, who takes the whole shot, and as they come towards us it is indeed Liston Bell, number 98, who I think is riding his Rickman Triumph in this particular case. Second is Fergus Moody, number 122 on the BSA, and third is Lewis Bell, number 9, and we're just looking at the rest of the chasing pack make their way through to start at lap 1. Number 6 there, that's Tom Lewis on that Rickman BSA. As you can see, the weather absolutely fantastic for a spring day of vintage racing. So it's still Liston Bell, your race leader. Second now is number 9 Lewis Bell on that big 500 Wig Jawa. Third is Fergus Moody on the BSA, and in fourth position it's Dougie Meek. Although it looks like our race leader Liston Bell has already pulled up trackside with yet another mechanical problem with his bike, so your new race leader is number 9 Lewis Bell. Second is number 122 here, that's Fergus Moody on that very quick BSA. Number 72 there just going through is Clifford Hardesty. But as our race leader comes round to cross the line to begin another lap, it still is number 9 Lewis Bell, your race leader. Second is still Fergus Moody, number 122 on the BSA. But we've certainly been blessed with a very good day of spring sunshine here at Finavon Hill in Forfar for this round 1 event of 2017. So there is your race leader, number 9 Lewis Bell on the 500cc Jawa single machine. Number 89 going through there, that's Mike Bell on the big BSA Gold Star. Number 73 is Tom Forsyth, and just behind Tom is number 164, that's Stuart Riddle on that lovely twin port CZ. And as they head up the hill, it's number 46 Neil Chalmers chasing number 51, that's Ian Ridley on that immaculate BSA Victor. So we're looking at number 164 and number 46, that's Neil Chalmers on his BSA, and Neil is chasing Stuart Riddle on that twin port CZ machine. It's certainly a fantastic layout here for the racetrack here at Finavon Hill. No man-made jumps or silly burns to help you get round the track, just natural open terrain here on the top of this lovely hilly landscape. Number 51 there, that's Ian Ridley once again on his immaculately turned out BSA Victor. This is just one, of course, of the many bikes that Ian has in his collection. So as we look to the far side of the track, we are looking at number 89, that's Mike Bell. Mike, of course, is the father of the two Bell brothers of Lewis and Liston. Number 46 again there is Neil Chalmers on his very quick little BSA machine. But there's certainly a nice little scrap developing between Mike Bell number 89, and Neil Chalmers on the BSA. So it's a win for Lewis Bell on the Jawa, with Fergus Moody in second position. Okay, our next race on the day's programme is the pre-1975 class over 350cc. Some very quick riders in this particular race, and it's a good start by number 125, that's Ian Stainton on that lovely Alan Clues CCM machine. But it looks like Archie Baird has got the jump there on his CZ bike, so it looks like Archie Baird is our race leader. Second is Ian Stainton. Third is Leslie Calderwood on the Joe Maxwell CCM bike, and fourth position is Derek Falls on that very rapid 360 Bultaco. But as I mentioned, some very quick riders in this pre-1975 class. So as they come round to complete lap 1, it's still number 180, that's Archie Baird on the CZ. Second now is Derek Falls on the Bultaco. Third is there, number 125, that's Ian Stainton on the Alan Clues CCM bike. So a good race developing between these first three riders. Number 20 there is Stuart Roden, also riding an Alan Clues CCM machine. So we're just looking to the far side of the track to pick up our race leader as they begin lap 3. Now in the previous lap, of course, it was Archie Baird, number 180, your race leader, but it looks like it's now at number 24, Derek Falls on that 360 Spanish Bultaco Persang. Remember, Derek has already won a race in this class on this bike today, so it looks like Derek could be heading towards his second win of the day. Number 180 there is Ayrshire-man Archie Baird. As we look at number 50, that's Les Calderwood on the Joe Maxwell 1974 580 CCM as he makes his way over the top of Finavon Hill. But here is your race leader. It's still number 24, Derek Falls on that Bultaco, who is in first position. Of course, Derek's been riding this 360 Bultaco perfectly this afternoon, but he's being hounded by number 180, Archie Baird, in second position there. We're just waiting on our third place man, which is number 125, that's Ian Stainton. Fourth is Les Calderwood. Fifth is number 20 there, that's Stuart Roden, also riding a 4-stroke CCM. Now this track and this type of terrain is absolutely well suited to these big single cylinder 4-stroke CCM machines. So that's Stuart Roden making his way up the Finavon Hill. As we look at second placed rider, that's Archie Baird, number 180, and there doesn't seem to be any sign of our race leader, number 24, Derek Falls, so it could indeed be our race leader, number 180, Archie Baird. Second is now Ian Stainton on the CCM, of course, number 50 there as well, Les Calderwood. Both these riders mounted on these very big, powerful 4-stroke BSA derived engines, these CCM bikes. So as these riders make their way round on their last and final lap of this pre-1975 class race, it looks like it's going to be a win for number 180, Archie Baird on the CZ machine. So as Archie comes towards us to cross the line to take the win, it's a win for number 180, Archie Baird. But Derek Falls is indeed going to finish in second position, with Ian Stainton in third. Okay, next up we are back to the big boys of the pre-1984 class. Now, this class, of course, previously was known as the Twin Shock class, but their designation was changed by the club committee to the pre-1984 class. So it looks like we're all good to go. We're just waiting on our starter, getting ready to let the bikes go. And it's a cracking start by number 18 on the far side there, Jim Colligan on the 1981 490 Michael. John Stokes, number 151, looks like he's just pushed his bike in to that pole position as the rest of the chasing pack make their way through to begin lap 1. And it looks like all the riders have negotiated the first 2 or 3 turns safely as they make their way up Finavon Hill. Looks like we've got a faller on the far side. It looks like number 43, that's Andy Malik on the 83 500 Armstrong bike. But as they come towards us to complete lap 1, there is your race leader. It's number 151, John Stokes on the 480 Honda. Second is Jim Colligan. Third is Jim Grieve. Fourth position is Steve Moore. Fifth is Willie Brown. And sixth is Bill Porteous. As we look at number 54, that's Robert Kennedy Jr. Making up another place on that very quick and powerful 560 CCM machine. But another good turnout of riders for this pre-1984 class here at Finavon Hill in Forfar. Number 334 just going through there, that's Kevin Smith on the Michael 250 Spider. So we're looking to pick up our front runners. This is the battle for second position between Jim Colligan, number 18, and Jim Grieve. Very close behind there now. That bike that Jim Grieve is riding is not his normal race bike. Jim has borrowed this bike just to take part in this event. Jim normally rides a 490 Michael, and he's very quick when he's on his own bike, but it looks like he's still giving Jim Colligan there, number 18, a good run for his money as they both make the turn to head up Finavon Hill. And so as it stands, your race leader is still number 151. That's John Stokes on the 480 Honda, who's already a good way down the racetrack, and we're concentrating on this battle for second and third between this man here, number 115, that's Jim Grieve, and number 18, Jim Colligan on the Michael. Jim Grieve is very quick on this old bike, but certainly not as quick as he could be if he had his own race bike, but nevertheless it's still doing a fantastic job. So here is your race leader, number 151. It's John Stokes on the 480 Honda machine, and this looks like a 1983 model. And if you know these 480 Hondas, these are extremely quick bikes, and certainly got plenty of power. But it looks like number 18, Jim Colligan, is heading for a DNF. Must have some kind of mechanical issue with his Michael. And so as the rest of the chasing pack make their way round to start their last and final lap of this pre-1984 class race, it's going to be a win for number 151, that's John Stokes on the 480 Honda, with Jim Grieve on the Michael in second position. So we're going to go straight into the next pre-1984 class race. Of course, John Stokes was the winner of the previous race, and another good lineup of riders as we continue our round 1 coverage here at Finavon Hill in Forfar for 2017. Now it looks like the track marshal has just returned to say that the track is okay to let the next race go, so we're just about good to go. And as they leave the line, it's a good start by number 47. That's Steve Moore on the 490 Michael, but it's John Stokes once again, number 151 on that 480 Honda, who is your race leader. Second is Jim Grieve on the Michael. As we look at number 334, that's Kevin Smith on that 250 Michael Spider, as they all make their way to head up the very picturesque Finavon Hill. So as the riders begin to cross the line for lap 1, it's still number 151 John Stokes on the 480 Honda machine, who is your race leader. A very quick, big open class 2-stroke machine. Second is number 115 Jim Grieve on the Michael. Third is number 47, that's Steve Moore, also riding a Michael. Andy Mallock is in there on the 1983 Armstrong. Number 27 there is Mike Dobie, and number 88 is Billy Pentland. Number 35 coming through is John Porteous on that lovely Husqvarna. But it looks like it's still number 151 John Stokes, your race leader. John has been riding superbly all afternoon on this very quick Honda machine. This track is well suited to this power of this big Honda 2-stroke. Second is still number 115 Jim Grieve on that borrowed Michael machine. Jim doing very well, even although this is not his own race bike, still doing well on this quite old and battered old Michael. Number 35 once again is John Porteous on what looks like a 390 Michael machine, as John makes his way to head up Finavon Hill. But here is your second placed rider, number 115 Jim Grieve on what looks like an old 1982 or 83 model of Michael, but Jim nevertheless is doing really well on that old bike. Third position is still number 47 Steve Moore. Fourth is number 43, that's Andy Mallock on that 83 500 Armstrong machine. This bike of Andy's is just one of the many Armstrongs that Andy has in his collection. He also has one or two old Montesas that he rides from time to time, but he's doing very well here on this Armstrong 500. So we are still looking at our second place rider. It's number 115 Jim Grieve. John Stokes, as far as I'm aware, is still your race leader, but Jim Grieve still doing very well on that old borrowed machine. Third place is still number 47 Steve Moore, with Andy Mallock number 43 close behind, so it's a good scrap between these two riders for the front running places. So Andy Mallock just looking to line Steve Moore up for a drag up the Finavon Hill. So it's the Michael versus the 500 Armstrong machine, but it's another win for number 151 John Stokes on the Honda. Okay, that brings us to the very first of the age related class races. This is the over 60s class. Now rather than the type of bike that you ride in a particular class, this particular race is based on the rider's age. So this is the over 60s, and it looks like our early race leader is number 14 Brian Hamilton on the CZ. Second is number 45 Dougie Meek on the Rickman BSA. Third is Ian Ridley on the Victor BSA. Number 1 is David Hillis on that nice KTM twin shocker. But as they come round to start lap 2, your new race leader is number 45, Dougie Meek, on the Rickman BSA machine. A lovely machine this of Dougie Meek's, and very quick. Second position is Brian Hamilton on the CZ. Third is Ian Ridley on his BSA Victor. But we're looking at our second place rider, number 14, Brian Hamilton, on the CZ, being chased by number 51, Ian Ridley. Fourth is Stuart Riddle. But Brian Hamilton is still there, number 14, in second position. Dougie Meek is still the race leader of this over 60s class race, and it looks like Ian Ridley has now moved up into second position. So it's number 45, Dougie Meek first. Second is Ian Ridley, number 51 on that BSA Victor. Number 14, Brian Hamilton, is third on the CZ, with Stuart Riddle also riding a twin port CZ in fourth. Yet again, this is just one of the many CZ or CZ machines that Stuart has in his collection, and he absolutely loves these Czechoslovakian two-stroke bikes, and just can't wait to race them each weekend. So it's still Dougie Meek, your race leader. Second is number 51, Ian Ridley. Third is Brian Hamilton, number 14, with Stuart Riddle, number 164, in fourth position. And this, of course, is the over 60s class race. This particular race has nothing to do with what type of bike that you ride. It's just purely based on the rider's age. So that's Dougie Meek just going through to cross the line in first place. We're looking at our second place rider, number 51, Ian Ridley, going through. Third is number 14, Brian Hamilton. Fourth is this man here, number 164, that's Stuart Riddle. And so as our riders cross the line to start their last and final lap of this over 60s class race, it's still Dougie Meek, your race leader, number 45 on the Rickman BSA, and in second position is this man here, number 51, Ian Ridley, on that beautifully turned out BSA Victor machine. Ian, of course, from Cumbria, has made quite the long trek here to Finavon Hill Forfar to take part in this round 1 event. So here is your race leader as he heads towards the checkered flag. It's Dougie Meek, number 45. Number 6, Tom Lewis, is actually a back marker, and number 51, Ian Ridley, is going to cross the line in that coveted second position. And as you can see, not a bad collection of vehicles and spectators at this round 1 event, right on the top of Finavon Hill. And this next race is the pre-1975 class once again. We've seen some very good racing from this class in previous races, so we're hoping for more of the same as the riders get ready to leave the line. So it looks like everything is good to go as we're just waiting on the riders leaving the line. And it's a good start by number 50, Leslie Calderwood, on the Joe Maxwell 74 CCM bike. But as they come towards us, it looks like it's number 1, John Fleming, who is your race leader. Second is Les Calderwood. Third looks like it's Stuart Roden. So as they make their way up Finavon Hill, it is indeed number 1, John Fleming, your race leader on the CZ machine. Now this particular part of the track was very wet and sticky earlier on in the day, but looks like it's drying out nicely as the riders make their way back to the finish line. And it looks like everybody's negotiated this particular part of the track well enough. So as we pick up our race leaders for lap 2, it's still number 1, John Fleming on the CZ, who is your race leader. Second now is number 20, that's Stuart Roden. Third is number 29, that's Derek McCauley on that little 250 Bultaco, who is passing the big CCM bike up Finavon Hill. So it's a good ride by number 29, Derek McCauley, on that Spanish 250 Bultaco. And so as they cross the line to complete lap 2, it's number 1, John Fleming. Second, looks like it could be Derek McCauley, who looks like he's going to head for that pole position. So it's a good ride by Derek McCauley on that 250 Bultaco, but it's still at number 1, John Fleming, your race leader. Second, Derek McCauley on the Bultaco. Third is Stuart Roden, number 20, on the CCM. And fourth position, it looks like it's Archie Baird, also riding a CZ machine. So as they make their way up Finavon Hill, it's John Fleming first, Derek McCauley second, Stuart Roden third, Archie Baird is in fourth there, number 180 on that CZ. But you certainly have to take your hat off to number 29, Derek McCauley, on that 250 Bultaco, because he is being out horsepowered here in this particular race with the big CCM bikes, and of course John Fleming in front of him, who is riding a 360 or 380 CZ machine. So fair play to Derek McCauley, who is doing superbly on that little 250 Bultaco. And number 46 there, just coming towards us, is Neil Chalmers on his lovely little BSA bike. But we were looking to pick up our race leader, which of course was John Fleming on that last lap. But Derek McCauley is still in there fighting, but it's still John Fleming, your race leader, from number 29, Derek McCauley on the Bultaco. So it's the CZ versus the Bultaco, and Derek looks to put his bike down the inside as they make their way round to the start and finish line once again. Archie Baird is still in there in third position. Stuart Roden is fourth. In fifth position is Fergus Moody, and just coming round behind Fergus Moody, looks like it's Ian Stainton, number 125, with this man here, Les Calderwood, number 50 on the Joe Maxwell CCM. But it's a win for number 1, John Fleming, with number 29, Derek McCauley, in second. Anyway, I hope you're enjoying these racing highlight clips from round 1 of the Scottish Classic Motorcycle Racing Club's event here at Finavon Hill in Forfar. And next up we have the over and under 40s class. Another good selection of machines and riders in this particular class. Remember, this is the age related races and not anything to do with the particular bike that you ride. So as they leave the line, it looks like a good start once again by the two Bell brothers, and it looks like Liston is your early race leader. Second looks like it's Lewis Bell in second position. Third is Derek Falls on that 360 Bultaco, and it looks like Tommy Anderson is in fourth place on the Husqvarna. But as Liston Bell makes his way up Finavon Hill, second is still Lewis, third is Tommy Anderson, fourth is Derek Falls, fifth is number 71, that's Brian Aird riding that BSA, and just behind Brian is number 36, that's Darryl Wiley on the Honda. So as they come round to complete lap 1, it is indeed Liston Bell, your race leader. Now remember, Liston hasn't had too much luck here at Finavon this weekend due to having a couple of mechanical issues with his race bike, so hopefully Liston's race bike will hold together and give him a result in this over and under 40s class race. So it's Liston Bell first, second is Lewis Bell, and third looks like it's still Derek Macaulay. But it's a good race between these two brothers as they head up Finavon Hill. Number 9 there, Lewis Bell, looking back to see who is in third position, and it's still Derek Falls on the Bultaco. Fourth is Tommy Anderson on the Husqvarna, but as they come round and complete another lap, it's still number 89, Liston Bell, who is your race leader. Second is number 9, Lewis Bell. As you can see, the sun is still beating down on this beautiful Finavon Hill racetrack, and we couldn't get a better day for this old style vintage racing. Third position there is Derek Falls on the 360 Bultaco. Fourth is Tommy Anderson there, number 3. And in actual fact, Tommy Anderson is not riding his own race bike, number 3. It looks like Tommy's riding the lady rider Sarah Louise Nelson's Husqvarna machine. So it looks like Tommy's had some mechanical issues with his race bike and has borrowed Sarah Louise Nelson's Husqvarna for this particular race. But it's still Liston Bell, your race leader. Second, Lewis Bell, as they once again head up the Finavon Hill. Nothing at all between these two riders, but a good scrap as they make their way round. That 500 Jawa machine of Lewis's is doing a bit of smoking, so I don't know if there's any kind of mechanical issue with that bike, but he's still in there in second position as they head towards the checkered flag, and it looks like Liston is going to take his first win of the afternoon. And there's going to be a third place finish for this man here, Tommy Anderson on Sarah Louise is Husqvarna. Okay, that brings us to the final race of the day, and this is the pre-1984 class race. And I hope you've enjoyed all the racing highlights from this round 1 event here at Finavon Hill. So as the riders leave the line for the very last race of the day, it looks like another good start by number 151, John Stokes. Second is Jim Grieve on the Michael. And so as they make the turn, it's John Stokes first, second is Jim Grieve, third looks like it's Steve Moore. Number 88 there is Billy Pentland on the YZ 490 Yamaha. And as you can see, they're all making the turn and heading up the Finavon Hill for the very last race of the day at this round 1 event here at Forfar. So it's still John Stokes, your race leader. Second is this man here, Jim Grieve, number 115 on that borrowed Michael machine. Third position is still Steve Moore. Fourth is Andy Malik on the Armstrong 500. But this could be yet another win for John Stokes on this 1983 480 Honda machine. Second is still Jim Grieve on that borrowed Michael. But the laps are counting down at an alarming rate, and that just gives you an idea how quick John Stokes is circulating this track on that 480 Honda machine. We're just looking at our third placed rider. This is number 43, Andy Malik, on that very powerful and very reliable Armstrong machine. Andy virtually never gets any trouble with this big 4-stroke single, so that's maybe another reason why Andy enjoys riding that bike so much. So in second place it's still number 115 here, Jim Grieve. There is your third place rider, number 43. Fourth is number 47, that's Steve Moa. Number 88 once again is Billy Pentland on that YZ490 Yamaha. Now this bike of course is a monoshock machine, but it's still eligible to race in the pre-1984 class, mainly due to the bike still having an air-cooled engine and drum brakes on both the front and rear. Number 54 there is Robert Kennedy Jr. on the 560 CCM machine. Robert doing quite well again on that big BSA derived 4-stroke single. But as well, you know, these CCMs are big, powerful bikes. I think this particular model that Robert's riding is a 1975 model. Number 88, Billy Pentland going through there again. Looks like he's just been passed by number 8, Willie Brown. And so as the riders make their way across the start and finish line to begin their last and final lap of this pre-1984 class race, and of course the final race of this round 1 event here at Finavon in Forfar, and I do hope you've enjoyed all the racing highlights. And if this is the kind of racing and classic dirt bikes that you like watching here on YouTube, then please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. As we still continue to watch number 54, Robert Kennedy on the 560 CCM. That white bike there is actually Jim Colligan riding that bike, and being chased by Willie Brown, number 8, on what looks like a 1978 or 79 Michael machine. So I do hope you've enjoyed all the racing highlights from this round 1 event here at Forfar in 2017, and don't forget, if these are the kind of bikes and the kind of racing that you enjoy looking at here on YouTube, and then please just subscribe to my channel. So once again, thanks for taking the time to watch Classic Dirt Bike TV.